Stop what you're doing because the 2026 Super Bowl TV sales just went live, and the prices are dropping faster than a fumbled football. If you've been waiting all year to upgrade your living room, this is your moment. We are seeing record-breaking discounts, up to $2,200 off on some of the most advanced screens ever made. But here's the catch. These big game deals are notorious for selling out weeks before kickoff. Today, we've done the heavy lifting for you. We've analyzed the market and narrowed it down to the top 12 best TV deals available right now. We're going to count them down from number 12 all the way to our number 1 editor's pick. Whether you want a massive 85-inch screen that makes you feel like you're on the sidelines or a crystal-clear OLED for your basement man cave, there is something here for every budget. We're looking at real-world reliability, ease of use, and most importantly, how much money stays in your pocket. Let's get straight into it. Here are the top 12 Super Bowl TV deals of 2026. Starting our countdown at number 12, we have the Hisense 55-inch U75Q. Now, I know what you're thinking. 55 inches might sound a bit small compared to the monsters we're going to talk about later, but let's talk about reality for a second. For many of us, a 55-inch TV is the perfect Goldilocks size for a bedroom, a home office, or that cozy den where a 75-inch screen would just feel overwhelming. Originally, this model would have set you back over $900, but for the Super Bowl window, Amazon has slashed the price to just $579. That is a savings of over $330 on a 2025 model. What makes this a Super Bowl contender? It's the mini LED technology. If you've been out of the TV market for a few years, let me explain that simply. Traditional LED TVs have a few large lights in the back. Mini LED TVs use thousands of tiny lights. This matters because when you're watching a game, the screen can get much brighter to combat the sunlight in your room, and the colors, like the vibrant green of the turf or the bright red of a jersey, look much more lifelike. For the 45-plus viewer, the U75Q is a winner because it handles motion incredibly well. There is nothing more frustrating than watching a long pass and seeing the football turn into a blurry smudge. This TV has a high refresh rate, meaning it updates the image many times per second. It keeps the action crisp. Plus, the smart menu is fast and doesn't lag. If you're looking for a secondary TV or have a smaller living space, you're getting a very high-end picture for under $600. Moving on to number 11, we have what I like to call the crowd pleaser. This is the Samsung 70-inch U7900F Crystal TV. If your number 1 priority this year is simply to get a massive, reliable screen for the absolute lowest price possible, stop right here. Samsung has dropped the price on this 70-inch model to just $399. Let's pause and think about that. A name-brand 70-inch Samsung for the price of a mid-range smartphone. You were saving $200 off the original price, and for a budget TV, that is significant. Now, let's be honest about what this TV is and what it isn't. This isn't the TV you buy if you're a professional movie critic. It doesn't have the deep blacks of an OLED. But for the average person who wants to host a Super Bowl party and ensure every guest has a clear view of the score, it's incredible. It uses Samsung's Crystal processor. What that does is take older content, maybe you're watching a classic game on a sports network that isn't in high definition, and it upscales it. It cleans up the image so it looks sharp on a 70-inch screen. Also, for my viewers who appreciate simplicity, Samsung's Tizen operating system is very straightforward. The remote is simple, the buttons are easy to find, and setting up your favorite apps like Netflix or the NFL app takes about 5 minutes. It's a dependable, giant TV that won't break the bank. At under $400, these are going to fly off the shelves. At number 10, we're stepping up the size to the 75-inch category with the Toshiba C350 Fire TV. This is currently sitting at $449 at Best Buy, down from $730. 75 inches is where a TV starts to feel like a home theater. If you've never had a screen this big, prepare to be amazed. It changes the way you watch sports. You start noticing the expressions on the players' faces and the detail in the crowd. The secret sauce here is the Fire TV software built right in. If you are already using an Amazon Fire Stick, you already know how to use this TV. You won't need any extra cables or boxes. It's all there on the home screen. My favorite part for our audience? The Alexa voice remote. If you find typing with a TV remote frustrating, and let's be real, we all do, you can just hold the button and say, "Find the Super Bowl," or "Open YouTube." It's a huge time saver. In terms of picture quality, Toshiba has focused on making the HDR, that's high dynamic range, pop. This means the bright parts of the image are brighter and the dark parts are darker, giving the picture more depth. It's a solid, reliable choice for someone who wants the big screen experience without the four-figure price tag. Just a heads up, a 75-inch TV is heavy, so if you plan on mounting this on the wall, make sure you have a friend to help or professional installation. Now we are moving into the big leagues. At number 9, we have the first OLED on our list, the Samsung 65-inch S84F. This is a brand new 2025 model, and the discount is jaw-dropping. It's down from nearly $2,000 to just $899 at Best Buy. That is an $1,100 savings. If you've heard the term OLED and wondered if it's worth the hype, it is. On a regular TV, there is a big light panel in the back. On an OLED, every single one of the 8 million pixels is its own light. When a pixel needs to be black, it simply turns off. Imagine you're watching the halftime show. The stage is bright, but the stadium background is pitch black. On this Samsung, that background will be pure black, not a cloudy gray. This makes the colors of the performers look like they are floating in mid-air. It's a stunning visual experience. For our 45-plus viewers, what you'll really appreciate about this Samsung is the smart calibration. You don't need to be a tech genius to get the best picture. You can actually use your smartphone to scan the screen, and the TV will automatically adjust its colors based on the lighting in your room. It takes the guesswork out of it. For under $900, getting a 2025 OLED is a rare opportunity. If you've been waiting for the right time to try OLED, this is it. Number 8 is one of the most unique TVs on the market, and it's perfect for the person who hates how a giant black screen looks in their living room. This is the Samsung 75-inch The Frame Pro. This model is currently $1,200 off, bringing it down to $2,000. Now, why would you pay $2,000 for this? Because when you aren't watching the Super Bowl, this TV literally looks like a piece of framed art. It has a special matte finish on the screen that completely eliminates reflections. Think about your current TV. If you have a lamp on or a window open, you probably see a reflection of yourself or the room on the screen. With the frame, that reflection is gone. This makes it the absolute best TV for a room with a lot of windows or harsh lighting. The Pro version we are looking at here uses Samsung's Neo QLED technology. It's incredibly bright and has excellent color accuracy. But the real party trick is the art mode. You can display famous paintings from the Louvre or your own family vacation photos, and they look like they are printed on canvas. It's a conversation starter. For the Super Bowl, it's a high-performance 4K powerhouse. For the rest of the year, it's a beautiful addition to your home decor. Coming in at number 7 is the TCL QM6K.
Over the last few years, TCL has gone from being a budget brand to a serious competitor for Sony and Samsung. This 2025 75-inch model is currently on Amazon for $798. What I love about this TCL for our audience is that it feels premium without the premium price. It uses mini LED technology, similar to the Hisense we talked about earlier, but with TCL's specific processing. It's designed to be incredibly bright. If you're the type of person who likes to leave the lights on while you watch the game so you can see your snacks and talk to your friends, this TV is perfect. It's bright enough to cut through any room light. Another thing to note, TCL has made huge strides in their remote control and menu design. It's very Apple-like, clean, fast, and easy to understand. It also features a 144 Hz refresh rate. Now, you don't need to know the technical details of that, but what it means for you is that the motion of the football is as smooth as silk. No jitter, no blur, just a clear image of the action. At 75 inches for under $800, this is one of the best values on the entire list.
We have reached the big one. At number 6, we have the largest discount on our entire list. This is the Samsung 85-inch QN90F Neo QLED. The original price for this giant was $4,499. Right now, you can get it for $2,299. That is a massive $2,200 discount. This is the TV you buy if you want to be the legend of the neighborhood. An 85-inch screen is nearly 4 feet wide. When you sit in front of it, it fills your entire field of vision. It feels less like watching a TV and more like sitting in the front row of the stadium. Because this is the QN90 series, it's part of Samsung's top-tier Neo QLED line. It uses thousands of tiny quantum mini LEDs to create a picture that is incredibly bright and detailed. One feature our 45-plus audience will really appreciate is the ultra viewing angle. On many big TVs, if you aren't sitting directly in the middle, the colors start to look faded. Not here. With this Samsung, your guest sitting on the far end of the sectional sofa will see the exact same vibrant colors as the person in the middle. Plus, it has an anti-glare coating that is second to none. If you have the wall space and you want the ultimate hosting experience, this is the deal of the year.
Breaking into the top 5, we have the LG 77-inch B5 OLED. For many home theater enthusiasts, 77 inches is the sweet spot. It's significantly bigger than a 65, but it still fits on most standard media consoles. Best Buy has this 2025 model marked down to $1,499. That's a $1,500 discount, literally 50% off. LG is the pioneer of OLED technology, and the B5 is their newest entry for 2025. What makes this TV special is the cinematic feel. If you're a movie lover who also loves sports, this is your dream TV. When you watch a movie like The Godfather or a modern action flick, the depth and realism are staggering. For the Super Bowl, LG's Alpha processor does a fantastic job of managing the grass textures and player movements. It also has a very wide viewing angle, which is essential for big groups. And here's a practical tip. LG's Magic Remote works like a computer mouse. You just point it at the screen to select what you want. Many of our viewers find this much easier than clicking directional buttons over and over again. It's a sophisticated, high-end experience at a mid-range price. At number 4, we have a TV that represents the absolute cutting edge of technology. This is the Samsung 65-inch S90F QD-OLED. Now, don't let the acronym scare you. QD stands for quantum dot. Samsung took the perfect blacks of an OLED and added a layer of quantum dots to make the colors even brighter and more saturated. The result is a picture that looks almost hyper-real. The reds are redder, the blues are deeper, and the whole image has a pop that you just don't see on other TVs. It's currently $1,100 off, priced at $1,399. This TV is powered by an AI neural processor. Essentially, it has a tiny computer brain that has looked at millions of images and knows what a human face should look like or what a sunset should look like. It adjusts the image frame by frame to give you the most pleasing result possible. For the Super Bowl, this means you get a very punchy image. Even if your room is bright, the QD-OLED technology ensures the picture doesn't look washed out. It's a great all-rounder for someone who wants the latest tech but doesn't want to spend $3,000 or $4,000. It's modern, it's sleek, and the picture quality is nothing short of breathtaking. We've reached the top 3, and the bronze medal goes to the Sony 65-inch Bravia 8 Mark II. Sony has a very different philosophy than Samsung or LG. While other brands try to make the picture pop with bright colors, Sony focuses on accuracy. Their goal is to make the TV look exactly like the director intended, or in the case of the Super Bowl, exactly like it looks if you were standing on the field. This 2025 model is $1,100 off, bringing it to $2,399 at Best Buy. Now, why pay more for a Sony? Two reasons: processing and sound. Sony's XR processor is widely considered the best in the world at handling motion. If you hate that soap opera effect, where movies look like they were filmed on a camcorder, Sony is the best at avoiding that. Second, the sound. Sony uses acoustic surface technology. Instead of traditional speakers on the bottom, the entire screen vibrates to create sound. This means when a quarterback yells, "Hike!" the sound actually comes from his mouth on the screen. It's an incredible experience that often means you don't even need a separate soundbar. If you value quality, accuracy, and made-in-Japan engineering standards, this is the one. The silver medal goes to the Samsung S95F. This is Samsung's flagship OLED for 2026. If you want the absolute best that Samsung makes, this is it. It's currently $1,000 off, priced at $2,299. The S95F is famous for being the brightest OLED in the world. For years, the knock against OLED TVs was that they weren't bright enough for a room with the lights on. Samsung solved that with this model. It is blindingly bright when it needs to be. But the real game changer is the glare-free technology. Samsung developed a new coating for the screen that absorbs ambient light. You could have a bright floor lamp sitting right in front of this TV, and you would barely see a reflection. It's almost like magic. For the 45+ viewer, you'll also love the One Connect box. Instead of having 5 different cables hanging out of the back of the TV, there is just one tiny, nearly invisible clear cable that goes to a separate box where you plug in your cable box, your Blu-ray player, or your gaming console. It keeps your living room looking clean and organized. It's the ultimate combination of style, convenience, and world-class performance.
And finally, we have reached number 1, our editor's pick for the best Super Bowl TV deal of 2026, the LG 65-inch C5 OLED. Now, you might be wondering why this beat out the more expensive Sony or the brighter Samsung flagship. The reason is simple: value and reliability. The LG C series has been the most recommended TV in the world for nearly a decade for a reason. It does everything well, and it lasts. Right now, the 2025 C5 is $1,300 off at Best Buy, priced at just $1,399. For $1,400, you are getting a TV that is nearly perfect. It has perfect blacks, incredible color, and the best smart TV interface in the business. LG's 2025 Alpha processor has a specific mode just for sports. It uses AI to identify the players and the ball, keeping them in sharp focus while maintaining the natural look of the stadium background. The colors are punchy, but not fake-looking. But what really wins us over is the ease of use. The LG Magic Remote is the most intuitive remote on the market. It feels natural in the hand, and navigating through your apps is as easy as pointing and clicking. Whether you're watching the Super Bowl, the nightly news, or a classic movie, the LG C5 delivers an A+ experience every single time. It is the best balance of price and performance on the market today. If you want a TV that will make you happy for the next 10 years, this is the one to buy.
There you have it, the top 12 Super Bowl TV deals of 2026. From the massive 85-inch Samsung for over $2,000 off to the budget-friendly 70-inch for under $400, there has never been a better time to upgrade. Remember, these prices are specifically for the big game window. Once the Super Bowl is over, these deals usually vanish and prices go back up for the spring. I've put links to all of these TVs in the description below, so you can check the current availability at Best Buy, Amazon, and Samsung. If this video helped you narrow down your choice, please give us a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel and ensures you don't miss our upcoming setup guides, where we'll show you how to get the best picture settings for your new TV. Good luck with your shopping, enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next video.